And in morning, Snow White is wake up and I stares. I'm sorry I sat in the chair and eat your pie and repeat, she said. I'm sorry I'm too nice for food, and sorry I used snow and ate yogurt. I'm sorry I drank your milk for milk. I'm sorry I drank sleeping on your bed. The wicked queen hates me. She brought a huntsman to kill me. Instead of me in the forest, I would know. I saw a little house. I was so happy. I opened the door and came in. Snow White said, "You can stay here," said the first dwarf. We wake out all day. We need to look after us. We need to wake up wet and clean our flowers like water fruit and cook our food. The other dwarves laughed with little hands. "All right," said Snow White. "We must go now, try," said the first dwarf. "She will big," said he, Snow White. "Please make a bed and clean a house, wash his clothes, and cook a dinner, but did not open the door." So, and he went to work. And a sad song in the way. Hi hoy, it's a sea what we go. Ha da da da. Hi ho, hi ho. Chapter 6. Retreated Britain. In the castle, the wicked queen looked at the mirror and she said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the prettiest on the wall?" The mirror answered, "You, my queen, are pretty, it's true, but Snow White in the wall stairs is prettier than you." "Snow White?" cried the wicked queen. "I thought she was dead." She was very angry. The wicked queen sat on her bed and fought. She fought and fought, and then she said, "I want to know you do." She put on a bold black dress and threw it all through its head and put a pretty basket. The wicked queen under the door fed in the basket. "Come and buy some ribbons. They are very pretty ribbons," she cried. Snow White in the window. "I must open the door," she cried. But Snow White loved ribbons. They were very pretty. She's a very old woman, Snow White thought. "I must show it to love me." Snow White opened the door, and the wicked queen right under the door flat and ran ribbon in the basket. She tied the ribbon with Snow White. She tied the ribbon very, very tight, and Snow White went to the floor. "She is dead," cried the wicked queen. "I know I was pretty on this wall in the back of the castle." Then the 7 dwarfs came home and found Snow White on the floor. She said, tried to rest out, it will be the stoop drown. So he had to leave her, and Snow White wake up. The wicked queen did this, said the first wolf. Tomorrow we must now open the door. Chapter 7. Shiny Cows. Said that night in the castle, wicked queen looked at the mirror and she said, Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is prettiest on the wall? The mirror answered, You must be not pretty, it's true, but the Snow White in the Dwarfs house, it's prettier than you. The wicked queen is very, very angry. This time, the wicked queen put on a blue dress, and she put an old shoulder thread, and she put shiny coins in the basket. One of the coins are pointing gold. The winter queen come and buy these coals, where it's very shiny, she cried. Snow White at the window. I mustn't open the door, asked Snow White. The Snow White loved spoons that is so shiny. This shiny old woman said that show. I will show it you. The Snow White opened the door. The wicked queen right to the door said, and shiny coat in the basket. The good told Snow White here, and Snow White built the floor. Now she is really dead, cried the wicked queen. I will bridge it to the trail and the thread of castle. And the 7 dwarfs came home. They found Snow White on the floor. She's dead, cried the first dwarf. When they can't find it on the second dwarf, the crew the Snow White said, the Snow White would go. The wicked queen, this is the first dwarf. Tomorrow you must not open the door. Chapter 8. Red apples. Said in the castle, wicked queen looked at the mirror and she said, Mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is pretty on the wall? The mirror answered, You, my queen, are pretty, it's true. But Snow White in the Dwarfs house is prettier than you. The wicked queen is very, very angry. This is time. The wicked queen put all green dress. She put it on shoulder head, and she threw the red apples in the basket. When the apples flew onto it, the wicked queen in the war said in the basket, Come and I sit and cruise, let are red and sweet, she cried. Snow White looked at the window. I mustn't open the door, cried Snow White. And Snow White loved apples. This is so red. She trusted old woman. Snow White thought, I am sure it will be what me. Snow White opened the door. The wicked queen ran into the doorway and took it out of the basket. Snow White ate the apple and she fell to the floor. Now I'm sure she's dead, cried the wicked queen. Now I really am to breach its own rule. And it ran back to the castle. When the seven dwarfs came home, they found Snow White on the floor. This is dead, cried the first dwarf. The two couldn't have pinched and they could comb in her. This time this is dead, said the second dwarf. The seven dwarfs began and cried. They ran to the glass gates and they pushed Snow White inside. They died to the castle with the wicked queen looked in the mirror and she said, Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the prettiest soldier of all? And the mirror answered, You, my queen, and the prettiest, true. Nobody is prettier than you. The wicked queen smiled. I do most. Snow White is dead, she cried.